All right, we're live. So welcome, guys. I know this is a highly anticipated video. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about what we're doing today. So I am with Glenn Rosenberg. He is the founder of Beauty Angels Academy. You may know him from Claire Rosenberg also, which I've also met in person. I met her at ATB. Anyways, we are here to introduce a really cool newish thing. I don't know exactly how new it is, but for me it's new because it's a new collaboration. As you guys know, I don't collaborate with anything unless I really believe in it. And so first of all, let me go ahead and let Glenn introduce himself, and then we're going to talk to you guys about something really special.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Glenn. It's nice to participate with you, Jake, here in your group for the first time. And thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. And I'm here because, Jake, you're going to be participating as a coach in Beauty Pro Prime for the first time this Thursday, which is going to be awesome. We're super excited about it. And so for those of you guys, you don't know what, many of you may know what Beauty Angels is. I have an academy with my partner, Claire, and we teach microblading and permanent makeup. But recently, about 2 months ago, we launched a new platform called Beauty Pro Prime. All right. And this platform, it's all about giving a professional beauty related, like let's say a beauty professional, the ongoing support and guidance and content and education that they need at an extraordinarily affordable monthly price. It's a membership website, and it's got over 200 pieces of video content, from live coaching calls like what Jake and I are going to do this Thursday. Yep. And video lessons, which Jake has already made some video lessons for us, which thank you, Jake, for participating. So Jake's actually one of our coaches now, an official coach, which is really super cool. And so we were going to share with you guys kind of what the general content's going to be that will go into this Thursday in our live coaching call.
Yeah, and I know due to busy schedules and stuff, a lot of you are not always able to finish my live videos. And so instead of waiting to the end, I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there that the free trial for this, where you can see every piece of content that's on there right now, is only $1. And so I've included a link above with that. And the extra bonus I'm going to throw in is, if today, or let's say within the next 24 hours, because some people might be asleep right now in the UK, in the next 24 hours, if you sign up for that Beauty Pro Prime on the $1 trial using my link, screenshot it and send it to me, and I'm going to give you a very special offer, a calendar that normally I sell for like $50. It's going to show you different types of content to make every single day. And we're about to get into content. We do want to share a little taste of what we're going to be doing this week, because like he said, the live video is on Thursday. And so a few topics we're going to kind of dip into today are not relying on one platform, because if you've been around for any time, you know that things are always changing. And so whether it's TikTok or Snapchat or Instagram, things are always changing. So never rely on one single platform. So we're going to talk about that. We're talking about repurposing content. So the biggest thing I hear when I talk about content is, oh, I don't have time. And I get it. We're all busy. So we're going to teach you how to kind of go through and take one piece of content and use it for many different things. And there's some hacks with that too. And we're also going to talk about the best content for each platform. So for those
Jake, actually, before we get into all that, would you mind if I just share just super quick, like the titles of the subjects that we'll get into on Thursday night?
Yeah.
And then maybe we can show everybody just a little bit of like what Beauty Pro Prime actually looks like on the inside. I think that would be cool for them to see it.
Yeah.
So again, like Jake said, not relying on one platform, repurposing and multiplying content, tricks to maximizing engagement on video content that you might put out there on social media, the best content for each platform, super important. Also balancing work-related skills versus promotional type skills, meaning like how you're going to invest your time over the next couple of months, let's say to grow your permanent makeup career. You need to spend a significant amount of your energy and your resources on, improving your skill set and your actual technique, but you have to put an equivalent amount of investment into developing your promotional skill set, like how to tell the world about your services that you provide. You got to do both hand in hand. So that's another subject we're going to talk about. 3 suggestions, specific suggestions for content. I think, Jake, you've probably talked to your audience about that before, right?
Here and there, but the thing about your platform is, as we agreed, I'm going to make all the videos that are going on there and the live coaching, they're all exclusive. And so where I might have like hit on different subjects throughout, these are all exclusive videos that I'm making for the platform.
Cool. Awesome. We'll go over email marketing on Thursday, which is very important. And we're going to talk about creating a schedule to make your content, because making content takes time.
Yep.
And so if you can have a schedule around it, it'll help you make it more convenient for you to produce content. And then designing an actual content posting calendar. And so if you guys want to actually see what Beauty Pro Prime looks like, check this out. Let me show you guys. Hang on, bringing it up. Okay. So can you see it, Jake? You see what it looks like?
Here we go. Yep, it's on.
All right. So guys, check this out. I'm super excited about this platform because, our courses with Beauty Angels Academy, they're anywhere from like, let's say $1,200 all the way up to $3,000. And it's a real investment, and it's a bigger decision. So I wanted to participate in a way that we could really deliver a lot of value to those of you who are beauty professionals, professional permanent makeup artists, microblading artists. I wanted to make sure that we're giving you content in a way that we can give you so much content for such a low price. And the only way to do it was through a membership site. And so it was like an explosion of an idea, like, wow, you know what? We could get a whole bunch of different coaches like Jake and like actual permanent makeup artists. And even literally, we have nutritionists and fitness coaches who have become coaches for us. And so our video lessons that you can see over here cover a variety of different subjects, from technique, theory and principles, marketing and business, wellness, and motivation. And so you can see like some of the content, what it actually looks like here. And you can get access to this on your phone. So it's super convenient. How to make the design on men's brows, intro to whip shading. This was Shay Danielle. Some of you may know Shay. She's super cool. She's one of our coaches. Borderless brows, how to make the brow shape. And so there's just so much content on here. It's a ton of content, but we did it in a couple of different formats as well. We did it also in live coaching. These video lessons that I just told you about are like on average like 5 minutes, because we wanted to make lessons that you could, like, in between appointments or whenever it's like convenient to just take a couple minutes to watch something that would be education based, that it would be something that you could watch and take some actionable suggestions from it that you could literally implement tomorrow. That's what our goal was with these video lessons. And so Jake has content in there. It's business related, marketing related, and there's technique, as you saw. But then there's live coaching calls. And so we do them weekly. We have them actually in both English and in Spanish. The whole platform is in English, and then we have a whole other platform literally in Spanish. So everything is totally replicated in both languages. But here you could see our recorded live coaching calls. So the call that Jake and I are going to do on Thursday, it'll be recorded. And if you come to the call live, you can ask questions, and there's a lot of engagement on our calls, which is super cool. But afterward, we post our calls in here. So for example, what it takes to succeed in the beauty industry. This was a call with Violet Tarabay, who's a super top level microblading and permanent makeup artist. And she's been traveling around the world with Brow Daddy, teaching for quite a while. And so her and I last week, we did a live coaching call on what it takes to succeed in the beauty industry. So this was super cool. But this is just sort of an idea of the sort of content. So what you need to know about removal, how to get more done and make faster progress toward your goals, how to maintain high energy throughout your business day. So that's sort of the gist of it. And then in addition, there's discounted programs and courses and offers on here. Plus there's store credit. And so what we did is you can try it for $1, which is what Jake told you about, but it's $20 a month if you decide that you want to do it. And almost everybody does, because it's so much value for such a small amount of money. But what you're also going to get is store credit. So you can actually purchase products which offset your investment in the actual program. So hope you guys find that kind of interesting. And that's what Beauty Pro Prime is.
Sweet. Well, thanks for showing us that. If you guys, just because this is kind of new software, if you guys can see me and Glenn now instead of this screen, comment below and just let us know. But anyways, thanks for showing us that. One thing that like I value education more than anything. Like I literally bought like probably 4 courses for myself in the past like month, just learning various subjects because I
Yeah.
like to learn. Because I mean, the more marketable slash like skills you can build up, the better. And as many of you know, I have my own courses. I could make something similar to this, but I chose to collaborate instead because I see the value there of not only getting all the stuff I have to say, but seeing all the cool permanent makeup advice, seeing all the experienced artists really share their stuff. And so I do see a ton of value in this, or I wouldn't be sharing it here.
Awesome.
Cool. So as we hit on these few
I'll take
subjects,
that as an endorsement, Jake.
yep, there we go. So yeah,
Thanks.
and like I said, make sure you sign up.
And Jake, let me just say we're very happy to have you with us. You know, we're trying to deliver value in multiple areas. It doesn't just like we have a lot of content that's on technique, and like I've got a lot of trainers that are that we cooperate with as it is, and so we've got lots of professional artists who are very high performing artists who've given us amazing content on technique. But we want the platform to be about more than just technique because it takes more than being really good at the art of microblading or lips or eyeliner or permanent makeup to be really successful. You need the type of content that Jake talks about. You have to have both. And you know what? In addition, you also have to have the right mindset and you have to be motivated and you have to be resilient when you face challenges and it gets difficult. And you need to eat in a way that's going to give you the energy that you need to, get after it every day. And, all the wellness related stuff, it all ties in together to your success. And so we wanted to come with a very comprehensive menu of content, if you will. And so, Jake, you fit into that really well, and I'm really glad to have you on the platform.
Yeah, one thing I really like about your platform is when we were talking about it, you said this is something that a typical artist can sit down and maybe they have 5 minutes, maybe they have 10 minutes. They can sit down and learn an actionable piece of advice within 10 minutes, usually 5 minutes, but you know how my videos are. But anyways, like I really love that about it because instead of having to sit down and take hours and hours and hours to learn, just let's say your client's late. Let's say worst case scenario, you get a no-show, now instead of waiting on your other client and wasting time, sit there and learn something. It's time is money. And so the more you can learn during your time, like today, I was hiking, but I was listening to an audiobook at the same time because I like to learn constantly. All right. So,
Yeah, totally.
cool. Let's get into not relying on one platform. So I know we were discussing this earlier. What are some things that you've seen in this area?
Well, I mean, this is an easy one because, like, I'm sure everybody who's watching this, you guys know that Facebook changes their rules all the time.
Yeah.
That's just one example. Instagram changes things all the
Yep.
time. And, you're as a beauty professional, your audience and your potential prospective customers and your customers and your followers, they're all on social media, big time, especially Instagram and Facebook. Those are two very, important platforms for this. And if you just, for example, only build an Instagram account and then all of a sudden your Instagram account is closed for one reason or another, for whatever reason that might be, or a hack or whatever it is, and you lose that, you're in big trouble. So you need to be diversified. It's almost like an investment portfolio in a very similar way. You want to be diversified. You don't put all your eggs in one basket because something could happen to that one basket. And so I feel very strongly about this. And so email marketing and accumulating an email list is a big part of this because as you accumulate the emails of your potential prospective customers, you guys might not think this is true for your, if you're doing microblading or permanent makeup, but it really is. You need the email list. You need to build an email list because once you have that email list, you're no longer playing in someone else's sandbox. And if you're playing in the Instagram sandbox, so to speak, or the Facebook sandbox or the TikTok sandbox, the rules of that's not your sandbox, you know? And so the rules could change at any point, and it could have a dramatic impact on your business. So I feel very strongly about that. You need to build an email list, and you should be diversified across multiple platforms.
Yeah, I had a personal experience with this about 6 months ago. It was right before I was going to speak at a conference, and at that time, networking is very important, like having my social media accounts. Well, for no reason at all, like all of a sudden I got locked out of my Facebook account, like my personal account that was attached to everything. And
Oh
so,
my God.
yeah, it was awful. And it was a glitch too, because I contacted Facebook support and I kept giving it like 24 hours, 48 hours, and I'm just like freaking out. And
You
then,
said this was right before you spoke at an event?
yeah, it was the conference I met Claire at in Vegas. But yeah, I
Huh.
mean, long story short, Facebook couldn't do anything about it. It was a glitch, and I accidentally, and when I
And,
say,
and so wait, just so I understand this. So when people saw you speak and they wanted to check you out on social media, what did they see?
well, luckily I still had my business page because even though it was connected, I had backup admins. And so if you don't have backup admins on your business page, make sure you have that. Like even if it's just like a spouse or significant other or just a friend, always have a backup admin on your Facebook page.
Oh, that's a great suggestion. I never
Yeah.
thought of that.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
brilliant.
that's going to
Okay.
save somebody today. Because I see it all the
Yes.
time. Like one of my clients the other day, she posted some pictures on Instagram, and Instagram didn't like it, and so they banned their Facebook because if you don't know, Facebook owns Instagram. So
Yeah.
you never know. And like I said, it could just be a glitch like mine. But I mean, luckily I got mine back after 6 months, but I went back through and had like 80 missed messages over the past 6 months from that. So it's real. Don't ever rely on just one platform.
Yeah. You're playing. A friend of mine told me this a long time ago. You're playing in somebody else's sandbox, and that stuck with me. It really makes a lot of sense. So that's an important one. So we're going to go over that on Thursday.
Yep.
We're going to talk a lot more about that. Hmm.
All right. So as far as which, I get this question a lot, which platforms to post on? Well, I think you should have a wide variety, but now I kind of want to talk about repurposing content because, like we said, I won't steal the thunder on this one. I'll kind of let you talk about it too. But basically, we all have a limited amount of time. And so if you try to make a separate piece of content for each platform, it's going to get kind of tedious and slash overwhelming. And I found that overwhelming things don't happen because you start procrastinating and doing the easy things first, and then the overwhelming things never get done. I've seen that a few times in my own
Yeah.
life. Anyway, I'll let you go ahead on this one.
Well, this one it's super important because you guys as professional permanent makeup artists and beauty professionals, you're I mean the whole half of your business it's promotional content, and people don't want to see flyers. They don't want to see flyers. Like, stop doing that flyer stuff. If you're doing flyers, stop it. It's a waste of energy. Okay, really.
Yeah.
It's just think. Do you like looking at? So if you're making content, like you're making videos showing like what it's like to come into your studio, what the experience is like, engagement with clients, testimonials, behind the scenes, educational content. Hey, a couple of ideas that you might want to be aware of when you're trying to find the right artist for a permanent makeup procedure or something like this. This is all great content, but the question is, how do you take, because I know you're all busy, just like me, just like Jake, we're all very busy, and it's hard to find the time to make this content. So the question is, how can you use that time really efficiently so that the time that you spend producing content could be used in multiple ways, right? So that you can generate content for not just one platform, but for multiple platforms. You could use it in multiple ways, but also how to use it over a period of time. So you're really just like spreading it. So
Yeah.
that's what we're going to talk about on Thursday. That's very, very important. And it'll make you much more efficient. If the thought of creating content right now is like overwhelming, like I just don't have that much time, like how can I keep up with all this content? Knowing how to multiply your content will exponentially like improve your situation,
Yeah.
make it a lot easier for you.
So if this is something, I want feedback on these subjects. So if this is something you might be interested in, or that sounds like something that might help you, I want to know in the comments below, just so we can, even though I know they're good subjects, I want to get that reassurance. It's always good to have reassurance.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me know in the comments. All right, so number 3 that we're going to talk about is the best content for each platform. So this one, it kind of goes along with repurposing content. So there are two things that go hand in hand. So that'll be a really good teaching subject. But the big, long story short, something is better than nothing. So don't listen to all this stuff and be like, oh, maybe I don't need to do any content. So something is better than nothing. But if you want to make it really good, or at least better, then try to switch up the styles a little bit. So what you post on Instagram probably shouldn't be the exact same thing you post on maybe your blog or your Facebook or Google. And so they do have different styles. Even though it might be the same content, it's going to be a different style. Because I think of them as like going to maybe like parties. And so depending on whether you're going to an 80s rock party or a dancing ball that's like fancy, that's maybe like Google's the more fancy one and Instagram's more the 80s rock. So you're going to dress a little bit different, right? And so you got to dress up your content a little bit different too.
I think that's a really good point you said. Just don't get stuck. Just get started. Put some content out there, and if you just do it consistently, that's going to be a huge difference compared to not putting content or putting content very infrequently. But for sure, knowing the difference between what content belongs on what platform and what's most engaging on each platform will make a really big difference in the engagement that you get. And so as as a beauty professional, what you're looking for is you want to generate customers and leads and inquiries for your services, right, on these platforms. That's really what your goal is. You're not just posting for the sake of posting. You're posting with a purpose. There's a purpose why you're doing this. And so you really got to think like, what is the end goal that I'm looking for, and then reverse engineer, well, what sort of content will create the engagement that I'm looking for that will get me the result that I want, which is I want to fill up my calendar and I want to get booked out, right? So so this is going to be a great subject. I'm excited to talk about. I could just talk about this stuff all day long, Jake. This is really good stuff. It's going to be super helpful for you guys. We're going to go into depth on all of this on Thursday, but for sure, knowing which content is most relevant for which platform, it's going to help you big time.
Yeah, I know when we start talking about content and stuff, sometimes it's easy to get a brain block and like not know what to post. And so that's why, like, if you do sign up for this today using my link, make sure you got to use my link. I'm going to
Where's your link? Did you put it in the caption?
Yeah, I got it in the comments. I got it in the caption. And I'll go ahead and say it. It's joinbeautypro.com/PMU marketer. Joinbeautypro.com/PMU marketer. So if you sign up with that link in the next 24 hours, it's $1 and you get to see all the content. And then it's only $20 a month. That's like a trip to Starbucks. So depending on what you get, I always get a black coffee, but my wife gets like the coconut milk, El Grande, Volcano, who knows,
I know, so, you walk out of there and it's like, I'll take one of those, and before you know it, you spend $20 and that's your Beauty Pro Prime for the month.
Yep. But
it's funny that you mentioned that, because I just did a couple promo videos for my, like, look, just for you guys, just like content's really important for you, content is important for us. And one of the most important things, I mean, forget about like promo videos, like just getting out there and talking about your services, just like we're doing right now. Yeah. Just like we're doing right now. This is just, we're just talking, just talking and sharing. It doesn't have to be so sophisticated, but just get out there and start talking about your services, and about how you feel about your services, what you think about your services, what your customers think about your services, why you love doing what you do, why you started, why, there's so many different things to talk about within this. Like, sometimes it doesn't occur to people that they have so much that they could talk about with regard to their business and their career and their beauty services, but there's so much you can talk about. It's not just how many different ways can I talk about, microblading and what you're going to get when that's not the limit. That's not what it is. People want to know you. They want to know you. They want to know how you feel about the services. They want to know, like, what's the experience. It's just, so many things to talk about. I'm sure they're in your head. You're experiencing them. You're going through them. There's unlimited content to produce. But so I was just thinking about this, and I recorded some promo videos yesterday. And you know what the promo video was, Jake? It's funny because you just said about Starbucks. I opened this thing up with like, what would hold somebody back from joining Beauty Pro Prime? Like if they saw it, like if any of you guys, you go there and you see it and you're like, wow, this is really cool, but I'm not sure I want to do it. What would hold you back? And so I don't know, maybe some people spending the $20, they're not sure if they're going to get their money's worth. Well, that's why we created a $1 trial for a couple of days so you can experience it. But nonetheless, it's very likely it could be money. It could be money. And so I came up with this promo idea. I said, here's what I said. I said in this promo video, I said, what's a better investment? 2 trips to Starbucks next month, or a membership to Beauty Pro Prime where you can get live coaching calls, where you can binge watch over 100 video lessons on all different subjects that are going to help you improve your technique, market yourself better, and learn how to get customers. Like, what's a better investment? You can make coffee at home for 1 month. Make coffee at home, or pick up the coffee at the office, or you know what I mean? Like, sacrifice just a little bit just for 1 month, and you're going to realize that, holy crap, I just probably made so much money just from some of the techniques and ideas and suggestions that I learned from Beauty Pro Prime that now I can go to Starbucks 20 times next month.
Oh yeah, this is a great deal for $20. Like you can see behind me, like I got all these books because like I'm always going through books, going through courses, because it's not necessarily because I just want the information. It's because I know that in those books there's probably going to be $1 million. And when I say $1 million, like maybe I'll find a piece of advice that's going to totally change my business, or I'll find something that's going to increase my business by 10%, or a little hack that's going to save me an hour a day. Like I'm always looking for those little ways to get ahead. Trust me, if you're not trying to get ahead, your competition is.
Especially when it comes to online marketing, it's always changing, right? Yeah. It's like a constant moving target. So you have to have that commit. And you know what? I've learned in the 4 years that I've been in the beauty industry. And Jake, I had nothing to do with beauty whatsoever. I was an investment broker for nice. Many years, and I actually retired from that last year, and I'm full time in this business. But it's amazing. This business, the beauty industry, it changes so fast. Like a new technique comes, and then all of a sudden, powder brows. Like everybody is excited. Then all of a sudden, removal of permanent makeup. Like it's like this. Yep. And of course, microblading, and it's constantly in flux and in change. And then for the social media aspect of it, like it goes through this evolution as well. Like the cool content that people are like, that the people want on a particular platform like Instagram is one thing for a while, and then it sort of changes to another type of a thing for a while, and then it changes. And like this, you have to stay on top of it. You got to be committed to that ongoing education. And that's the idea behind it is we wanted like a fresh place where we could just keep coming up with really like current content all the time in short little brief, in the full live coaching call like you and I are going to do, like a full 45 minutes or an hour, but also those little mini lessons that are just quick.
Yep. So I don't even know if I said this earlier, but what I was getting to is if you screenshot that you sign up today through my link, I'm going to send you my content calendar that's got 30 days worth of ideas of posts, literally everything from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's got a different topic. And so if you're short on ideas for what to post, I've got 30 for you that I'm going to send you. All you got to do is screenshot where you sign up through my link and then just send it to me on PMU Marketer within the next 24 hours.
That's super helpful, Jake, because most people are stuck for content. Because the idea of creating, just coming up with ideas for content, I think a lot of people get stuck there.
Exactly.
It's especially if you're not in because there's a process around it. Like I actually have methods to generate ideas for content. I have methods of doing that. Might even be something interesting to talk about now that I think about it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. But you giving them like a calendar with actual suggestions, like, hey, post this, post that, and post that. That'll get them, going. Yep. And it's almost like the training wheels to get them moving. So I think that's a really cool giveaway that you came up with.
Yeah, so if you're interested in the giveaway, just let me know. And like I said, sign up on the link in the description or in the comments below. Cool. Do you have anything else you wanted to tell them before Thursday? So I'm doing the live coaching call on Thursday. I hope to see you all
Yeah,
there.
I was just going to say the live coaching call, it's on Thursday, and the here, let me just show this. Can I share my screen just super quick? Just
Yeah.
one last quick thing. All right, so just so you guys can see this, like here, this is what you're looking at when you log in to Beauty Pro Prime. Okay, this is what the dashboard looks like. And so you go into live coaching calls, right? And you're like, wow, how do I get on the call with Jake and Glenn? So here under schedule and instructions, you've got the schedule of upcoming calls and how to log in. Okay, and so here it is. So Thursday, first of all, it's the 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, the subject, Beauty Business Marketing Advanced class. It's going to be awesome. Okay, and then, so all you do is you click this link and you put in the code, and that's it, and you're in. Okay, that's how easy it is. And if you guys want to see kind of like what some of this content looks like, let me just show this real quick because I think this is interesting. We have like this week's new video lessons that are posted here. So let's find something interesting. Like here in this one, Stephanie, she's one of our trainers. Can you hear that, Jake, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Garcia. Take a moment and...
So I'm just going to fast forward so you can see. So she's teaching, this is a technique related video. So she's teaching how to do different outlining techniques for lips on latex.
check to make sure you're in the proper depth. The pigment looks good, so I'm going to continue with my outline.
Okay, so you guys can get like a little bit of a taste of that. So then come over here and look in business and marketing, right? And here, 2 secret tips to improve your Instagram, how to begin designing your brand. This is a fun one, actually, that I did. I think this was with Tanny, if I'm not mistaken. Jake, do you know Tanny? She's also known as Sway Brows on Instagram.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Tanny's super cool. She's a good friend, and so I think for a lot of people, they're not sure like how to start their brand, like how to come up with the color scheme and like the vibe and the look and feel. So we made this little video about this.
Hi guys, I'm Tanny Deep and I'm a master artist and Beauty Angels Academy trainer for microblading and shading. And today we're going to talk to you about how to design your start brainstorming. And I love using Pinterest, maybe a dark color, a neutral color, a couple of. Now you can start designing.
So you can see like as we go through it, she's showing you like the steps of the process. And this is sort of like what we were talking about, Jake, like how like I was describing that I have a particular method for generating content ideas. Tanny has an actual method that she goes through when she, is selecting the color scheme and then working her way like into the actual brand. And that's what she's sharing here in this video, which was kind of cool. But this is the sort of content that we're talking about. And I think it's neat. I think it's going to be helpful for you guys, and I'm excited for you for your followers to see it and experience it for the first time, Jake.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So once again, thank you for having me on the platform. I'm glad we could collaborate, and judging by the comments, it looks like some people are already on the platform and they love it. They're loving it. Arlette says, love the Beauty Pro Prime. Elizabeth says, I joined within hours of you and Claire launching. So sweet. We've already got some fans on here, so hopefully I can get
Cool.
everybody else on here so we can all have some fun on Thursday.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks a lot for having me, Jake. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and one last time, if you just tuned in, make sure you sign up on the link above. Send me a screenshot of when you sign up, and I'm going to send you my content calendar. It's 30 days worth of content. So with that being said, I think that's a good stopping point, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Awesome. Adios.
All right, bye.